Stop! Whoever moves fastest to go down on the other person tonight.
To be fair, if I live with these two, I'd also want to get put down. But meet Astrid Wett. If you have the pleasure of not knowing who this is, I'm genuinely envious. But essentially, she's a UK-based e-girl. A lot of people know her as a huge beg and the maker of this. Stripping in public isn't just rage bait, it's wrong. But essentially, she does it all for rage interactions because it gets her followers, specifically football Twitter followers. And this has made her one of the biggest names on football Twitter. And football Twitter is known by many as just kids and teenagers who set their profile picture as a professional footballer and just say whatever they like with their identities hidden. So to be farming interactions from this crowd is kind of weird, especially when you know full well the motive of all of this is to direct people to your only pals. But on the topic of public creepy nudity, I want to direct your attention to another creator in this space. She goes by the name of Bella and she's also an only pals creator. She's also another person who makes me think camera and microphone licenses should be a thing because she literally walks around football stadiums on a match day naked trying to interview passers-by.
Let me go, I'm naked.
That van should be a police one. So essentially, her USP is just walking around naked. I wish that was a joke, but the twist is she's wearing paint. Now, last time I checked, most clothing stores don't sell paint. But to be fair, you've probably never looked, have you, Bella? Because Bella does her clothes shopping at DIY stores. But I don't think you need me to tell you just how bad this sort of behaviour is. But in fact, she went on to take it one step further.
Excuse me, is your top real?
No.
Yeah, and if you just pause it here, officer. No, that's not the real Bukayo Saka, that's a child. Now, once again, you don't need a YouTuber to tell you just how bad it is to be walking around with nothing but paint on your skin. But this video did spark outrage, and let's see how she responded to this criticism. I'll flip it back on you on this instance. What on earth are you doing sexualizing children like that? So apparently telling someone that you shouldn't walk around naked near kids is sexualizing them. I must have missed when that became a thing. But to be fair, I don't think I've ever met anyone dumb enough to come up with this sort of argument. It doesn't even cross my mind. Why is it crossing yours? Get well soon. Yeah, that's really not the comeback you think it is. And it's always satisfying to see this tweet has been deleted. But essentially, Bella here doesn't just stop with the nudity.
So would you give me your ticket to touch my bum?
Nah.
Well done, that man. The same cannot be said for this guy. But could you imagine the first guy came up to her with a microphone and started speaking to her in that way? It wouldn't just be rage bait on Twitter. Well, you could probably guess what would happen. But another public interview provided us with some more thought-provoking content.
Would you rather be put on the offenders list or be a Liverpool fan?
Some may call this projecting, because we literally just saw a video of you naked walking around children, which some people may call indecent exposure. I'm not, but you get the picture. And some people are on some sort of list for doing similar things. But aside from the blatantly disgusting public content, these e-girls have a different side to them. When they're not stomping down the street wearing no clothes, some of them are flocking towards weird men.
All I've ever done is be nice to you and sweet, and you call me weird. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shush. I'm gonna shush you. I'm gonna drop shush game and block you.
She didn't leave you on red, guys. She just dropped shush game. But for those of you who don't understand this man, it's okay. He's an interesting character in the UK TikTok scene. His name is General G, and he's known for great TikToks such as being told he needs to wear a glove to put his hands anywhere near this girl, and Snog, Marry, Avoid General G edition.
Snog, marry, avoid General G.
Marry.
Normal bloke on a normal island. Now, if you're not a UK resident and you're thinking about coming on holiday here, please don't let this man put you off. I promise we have plenty of normal people, just like Callum's Corner,
Horny girls, this isn't a shoot shop,
and Jack's Fitness.
I get it, it's dying.
But it seems like these sort of e-girls like to attach themselves to interesting male content creators. Jack's Fitness being one of them.
Why are you fucking like...
This is worse than being cancelled. But back to General G. I don't know much about him on a personal level, but if you've watched any of his content, then you know there's some sort of issue mentally. I don't mean that in a mean way, but he's just clearly not like the average person. But it seems to be a recurring theme that some OnlyFans girls like to use guys like this in order to gain clout. At least it seems to be a thing with Astrid Wett. There's one very obvious example, which I'm going to get into in a moment. But for now, take a look at her most recent example.
This is Dubs all day, every day. We're on top right now. That's what I'm talking about.
This is definitely not trust. General G farting and flustering Astrid is not the only awkward viewing between this pair. We also had a moment where he asks her to kiss his you-know-what.
Showing me your massive python.
Yeah, you haven't kissed it yet.
I haven't kissed it yet. I did stroke it a little bit.
Yeah, do you want to kiss it now?
Mum, why can't we see Dad? It genuinely makes you question whether he is actually a character or not at this point. But believe it or not, this is actually tame if you compare it to some of the other stuff Astrid's done with another male UK content creator. So if we cast our minds back to around 2021, there was a guy called Cal the Dragon. Anybody who knows him knows he is autistic. He's also known to suffer from anxiety and depression. But he got popular on TikTok for posting videos of him playing football against bins. But after he went insanely viral after shouting at blades of grass in his garden, the likes of Astrid Wet saw Cal as a business opportunity. The business being promoting her OnlyFans. She appeared in loads of videos with Callum, and it kind of seemed from all of these that she was leading him on in a sense. In other words, exploiting him.
I really do think she's got a thing for me at the minute. I really do think that. We have been talking lately.
He's clearly in his field. He, as a young autistic lad with a quick rise to popularity, might not know the dangers of the people that he associates himself with. And it's fair to say that Astrid really did rinse Cal for popularity. And she did this to the point where she became almost a household name, and now she doesn't hang around with them anymore. Or maybe it had something to do with the other guy in that video, Simple Simon. Now this guy is just a dickhead. He appeared to, at that moment in time, betray his friend. I mean, literally in this video, he's a grown man with a daughter Cal's age. And he's giving him advice which at the time seemed very nice. He told Cal to keep speaking to the girl that he was speaking to before Fame and before Astrid, but instead he himself went off with Astrid. Well, you did, and you're a nasty creep. A reminder that this man was like 30 years old when Astrid was born. There's words for people like you, but I don't want to risk demonetization any more than I already am with this video. So please like and sub if you haven't already, or I'll send Simple Simon to your house. However, this ended up leading Cal to having a bit of a downward spiral, and a lot of people genuinely feel sorry for him. I'm not going to dive much more into this lore because it was literally years ago, but it all ended when Cal basically told all of these people to piss off because he was done with all the fake content creators around him. If only he did it earlier. But this led to an absolute vile moment from Astrid.
Cal's on the floor! Cal is literally on the floor rethinking his whole entire existence!
Those in glass houses and all that. I'm not sure a guy who literally gained his platform from playing football in his garden is the one who needs to reevaluate his life. I'd say it's probably the person who used him for fame. But moving on to the present day, the 2024 Euros happened, and if there's one thing that England are known for, it's crowd trouble. But today I'm not talking about the Barrys and the Garys, but instead I'm going to talk about Astrid's alleged girlfriend, Leah Ray. Leah got some popularity around the time that people were making fun of the footballer Declan Rice's girlfriend for her appearance. I mean, this in itself is just weird.
This is a message for Declan Rice and Declan Rice only. So I'm having a party for One Round Mine and everyone's coming.
Please bear with me whilst I wipe the puke off my desk. And this is the same person who once tweeted #BeKind. I'm not sure that posting a tweet to 87,000 people joining in with abusing someone's appearance is a particularly kind thing to do. But to be honest, I don't expect anything else from an engagement beta. But it turns out the Be Kind tweet is actually in response to one of the main reasons I'm making this video today. I mean, the community note says it all. But yeah, she literally held up a sign asking for "Esual pleasure" from Bukayo Saka. The poor guy's been the brunt of so much in today's video. 10 likes on this video and no e-girl will ever bother him again. But in this video, the stadium is literally filling up. But imagine taking your kid to their first ever England game. You've managed to dodge the unclothed people wearing nothing but paint outside the stadium. You've got them inside and you think it's a safe space. Well, no. You've got these two holding up signs facing the crowd asking for "Esual pleasure" from the players. Imagine a man doing this at a women's football match. It would be curtains for him. How these two don't have stadium bans is beyond me. Because they don't even do it for the love of the game. They do it to direct people to their OnlyFans. But remarkably, there is something that they did during the Euros, which some people may say is even worse. They made a song. Now, obviously, making a song isn't as bad as holding up one of these signs in front of kids. But when you hear it, no, it's not as bad as that. Maybe don't quit the day job after all. But they actually say this song is for charity, so I guess fair enough. But I can't help but think that was done just to reduce the criticism, which didn't stop European Lad here. I listened to the full song for an honest review, and it's absolutely terrible. Well, he's not wrong. Shitty on a charity song. Just thought it was a bit fun. This song won't improve people's mental health. I'm sorry, will only make it worse. This is very true. My mental health took a big dip after listening to Astrid sing. But these two weren't alone on this song. They actually had a guy called StokeyG2 from Twitter. He literally just nabs tweets all day. That's all he does. But he did once ratio the King of England, so fair play. 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, kill it. He's royally messed up here. And people weren't shy in telling him that. So he decided to issue a statement. Do I wish I didn't do the collab? In hindsight, yes. People are saying you're getting groomed and stuff like that. What does that mean? I'm an 18-year-old kid with no experience in anything of that matter. Notice that he said he's 18 because he turned 18 on May 8th this year. And Astrid did a smash or pass which included him on March 4th.
Smash.
He was 17, bit grim, but I think that's enough UK e-girls that I can deal with for now. And if you go into any football stadiums anytime soon, be sure to avoid people walking around in in nothing but paint and people holding up signs begging to sleep with the players. Like and subscribe or they'll end up supporting your team.
Can you just put the fries in the bag, please?
Sophie Rain. Firstly, it's chips, not fries.
Didn't ask, put them in the bag.